thought I would talk about this new routine that I've taken up. And it's just been really good. I only started maybe a week and a half ago. So here's what it includes. Every morning, wake up and get out of bed, and I immediately think some positive thoughts about, you've heard of how everyone is supposed to be grateful. Well, so I say a few gratitude statements. Then I go and I get two glasses of very cold water, one at a time. I drink them. This gets your system going, and it certainly wakes you up. It's quite a shock to the system when you just woke up and you drink a very cold glass of water this big. Next in the routine is that I sit down and I do a guided meditation. Up until today, this has mostly been around learning how to meditate. Not seated on the floor and chanting, but listening to someone guide you through basically not so much focusing, but focusing on your breath with the purpose of eliminating distractions. So up until today, I did 10 sessions of that. And that was more what I would call traditional meditation training. And then today I did one where it was more about letting go. It was really content based rather than focused on how to breathe and that kind of thing. So after that is over, then I've developed this vision board that I put together using a program called Canva, canva.com. So using this program, I basically use visuals of the things that I would like to see done this year and in coming years and so on. A lot of people do this at the beginning of a new year. So I decided I'd try it too. The Canva program works really well. And then, finally, after that, I wrote down some affirmations. Now, you might think, oh, that's kind of woo-woo, right? Law of attraction, la la la. But really, it's not. More, it's just a reminder of certain principles of your own philosophy. Everybody has a philosophy. Some are more effective than others. And so, you've got things that you think about. It's just that the most positive ones may not come to you at the start of your day. And should you remember these and start that way, it will color your day and you'll be a happier, healthier, more well-adjusted and adaptable human being. So, I read through some of these, and I have these in Google Keep. So, I can just bring them up on the phone. I repeat each one twice. There are about 10. And then after that, I get in my sweats and I go to the gym. Now, I used to be a college rower, and there was an earlier video that talked a little bit about rowing. So I take it very seriously as far as the kind of form you use, not just the exercise of rowing. So I may have mentioned that there's something called a Concept 2 ergometer. ERGOMETER, ergometer. It basically simulates rowing. It has a fan, a round fan, a long slide. It's on 4 legs, and the famous sliding seat. The foot stretchers are here. You put your feet here. There's a cable with a cross piece, right, like this. So you go up to the catch, you drive back with the legs. So you come from only 1 to 11, like this. So you drive with the legs like this, and back like this, and you're driving with the legs. So, in order to do that, given that I haven't done it that much recently, I really do have to stretch. And today, I came up with the idea that since I'm rowing, basically, all the stretches should be able to take place on the ergometer machine. And because, look, there are a lot of stretches you could do, and they're not necessarily going to apply to this. And you certainly can't row very effectively if you're all cramped up and sore and so forth. So there are a number of exercises you can do, right? You can kind of bend from the waist like this. There's a cable coming towards you, right? So you've got the cross piece. You can hold the cross piece. You're tied in with the feet. You can sort of twist like this. I can even feel it a little now because it already seized up since this morning, right? And then you can just put a leg out in front of you. And actually, I came up with this today. Nobody showed me this. I think it's very slick. You lock out one leg, straighten it out, and then take the other foot and cross on top. So the weight of the other foot, the other leg, right? It's almost like, see? The weight of the other leg produces this weight that gives you this stretch. And because your foot is tied into the foot stretcher, this is exactly what it's going to be like when you push your legs down and you're back at the finish. I don't know why no one showed me this. So do that, and also the idea is that you only want to come up the slide until your leg is basically, your shin is 90 degrees. So sliding up to that position and basically grabbing onto the machine and just rocking a little bit, you get the stretch that you need in your calves and your ankles. There are a lot of different calf stretches that you could do, but I find I can do these stretches and I'm still not, I can do a whole myriad of stretches. I'm still not really stretched out, at least not for rowing. A lot of other things you can do. You generally want to start with some drills, right, where of course the whole stroke you're coming forward and back, but with this it's just right here. You're just doing this part and you're making these small circles, because as when you're on the water, as the oar comes in, you've got to push down so that the oar out here lifts up so you can feather and it goes back, right? And then when you're up here, you turn like this so that the oar digs in, and then you pry, right? So you start out with this, okay? And then you start just with the body angle, 11, basically 1 o'clock to 11, 1 to 11. So just like this, right? And to the finish, and then quarter slide, half slide, full slide. I always do a little warm-up piece, and what I've been doing is doing 1,000 meters at a time, which makes sense to me because a rowing race is 2,000 meters. So basically, if you can do a rowing piece of 5,000-6,000 meters, and you can do it at a good pace, you're in pretty good shape for a race. Until you've really trained, though, it might be a pretty pathetic race, but you're not going to fall out of the boat. This has been fun talking about this, and I could say a lot more about my workout, and you know I will. But for now, have a great evening, morning, or whatever part of the day or time zone you're in.